Okay, Mrs. Johnston, let's talk about the abuse.
There wasn't no drugs in my house. I didn't play that. There wasn't no drugs in my house. Precious, no, I will whoop her ass if she gonna bring some drugs up in my house.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm referring to specific sexual and physical acts involving Precious.
Why you ain't say that?
Yes, that.
Well, what you want to know?
According to Precious files, she has now had 2 children by your boyfriend, the late Carl Kenwood Jones, who is also her father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is accurate.
Yes, Miss Weiss.
I need to know why you're here. You've been calling this office saying you want to be reunited with Precious and your grandchild. Now, I really need to know what's gone on in that home.
Miss Weiss, I understand we need to discuss it, but I'm just telling you, you said I've been calling here and I've been wanting to see Precious and my grandson. You goddamn right I want to see him because they belong to me, okay? Now, there was a time Precious had everything, and I done told her that. And me and Carl, we love Precious. And you need to know that. We love Precious, and we had dreams. Precious was born around the same time Miss West's son got killed. The summertime. She was born the summertime. Remember that?
I was born in November.
November. Yeah. That's right. My Scorpio child. You know, Scorpios, they can be tricky. And I'm not saying that they lie. I'm not saying that. But you just gotta watch them.
Can we talk about the actual acts of physical and sexual abuse that occurred in your household? When it first began, where it happened, and how did you respond?
Precious was a little girl.
Try and remember how old you think she was.
She was 3. And I had been giving her the bottle. And I was giving Carl the titty because my milk hadn't dried up in my breasts. But not from her, but because Carl was sucking on them. And that's what kept my milk in my breasts. And I thought that was for hygiene. I did what my mother told me that I was supposed to do with my child. So that's what I did. And you're sitting up there and you're trying to judge me.
I'm not judging you, but you're asking me for money and you're asking me to be reunited with your grandson.
But Miss Weiss, I don't like you looking at me like that. You got this bitch looking at me like I'm some kind of fucking monster.
We don't talk like this in my office, okay?
I didn't want her sucking behind him because that was nasty. And the things that it was just nasty, Miss Weiss. I had a man, and I have a child. And I had to take care of both of them. Okay? Did I want Carl to touch my baby? Because I would lay my baby. I would lay her on the side of me on this pillow. And it was pink, and it had this little white writing on it, and it had her name, 'cause she was precious. And I would lay my baby on that pillow, and Carl would be laying on the other side. And then we would start doing it, and he reached over, and he touched my baby. And I asked him, I said, Carl, what are you doing? And he told me to shut my fat ass up and it was good for her.
And what did you do then?
I shut my fat ass up. And I don't want you to sit there and judge me, Miss Weiss.
You shut up and you let him abuse your daughter.
I did not want him to abuse my daughter. I did not
But
want him
you
to hurt
allowed
her.
him
I
to
did not
hurt
want
her.
him to do nothing to her. I wanted him to make love to me. That was my man. That was my fucking man. That was my man. And he wanted my daughter. And that's why I hated her. Because my man, who was supposed to be loving me, who was supposed to be making love to me, was fucking my baby. And she made him leave. She made him go away.
So whose fault was it
It's
then?
this bitch's fault because she let my man have her and she didn't say nothing. She didn't scream. She didn't do nothing. So those things that she told you I did to her, who else was gonna love me? Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing, who was gonna love me? Who was gonna make me feel good? Who was gonna touch me and make me feel good late at night? And she made him go away. So when you sit there and you write them fucking notes on your pad about who you think I am and why I did it and all of that, because I didn't have nobody.